Diva, my people, wash poppin'. It's about that time of the week again, and the evil Blondie is bringing Pop Kasa back to your screens with that perfect blend of entertainment and pop culture. Now, someone called the paramedics to Nigeria because there's a new pandemic in town, and it's called record breaking. Now, it's been honestly a very funny one for us, like seeing how things have progressed, the potential record breakers in Nigeria since Hilda Baci, and you know we have to get into that conversation today. Now, if Guinness World Record did not know there was a country like Nigeria, well, now they know. Of course, the Itch has a really good question for us. My guests and I are ready, so let's dive right in. Welcome to Pop Kasa. Welcome back to the show, my people. There was a country, Nigeria, my country. When it comes to support, we're number one. And when it comes to tearing down, we're still number one. If you know, you know. Now, this past week has been all shades of funny, from the numerous, record-breaking things to the Nigerians breaking, one and telling Guinness World Record they are ready to break each other everywhere. Even on Twitter, we still had to break Guinness World Records, record again on Twitter. Okajuru is very plenty. I'm ready to get into this conversation. As you know, I'm not doing this alone. I've got Nigerian content creator and pharmacist, who I would say gives the best story times on Instagram. We have ABLEBAE in the building. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Welcome to the show again.
Thank you.
Great. Now, we also have Nigerian actor, producer, and songwriter, Novo, Imonieroh. Did I get your name right?
No.
Imonieroh. Imonieroh. I tried now. I like to pride myself in getting it. I like to pride myself in getting it. Imonieroh. Imonieroh, I still got it. Welcome to the show. Been a minute. We're talking about how long we haven't seen each other in a minute, like some months now.
Yeah.
Good to catch up. All right, so a few weeks ago, Nigerian chef Hilda Baci attempted to break the Guinness World Record for the longest cooking marathon by an individual, which was formerly held by India's chef Latatundan. It took quite a while for GWR to finally award her the new record holder for said title, taking away 7 hours from her 100-hour record due to a mistake of 1 minute extra that was taken during one of her rests. Now, it has me thinking, just what if she decided to stop at 94 hours as she initially intended, then minus 7 hours? Oh, Jehovah. We're so glad that didn't happen, because we're so glad. Now, normally we'd breeze through and get to the questions, but we're doing things a little different today and following the conversation as it comes. So my guest, what was the first thing that came to your mind when you heard Hilda lost 7 hours for just 1 minute miscalculation? I want to start with the lady here, ABLEBAE. Ladies first. What was the first thing that came to your mind? 7 hours for 1 minute.
The first thing that came to my mind, I was like, thank God. Thank God that she did extra hours.
Yeah.
In fact, I was live when she clocked 100 hours.
Okay.
When she was at 95, I was like, my mind is telling me that Hilda is going to go for 100 hours. And I knew that was going to happen. Yeah. So when Guinness announced it, I was like, Jesus, imagine if she had stopped at her initial time. In fact, I feel it's grace. And I feel her organizers, her agency, everyone that advised her to reach for 100,
yes,
actually did the best for her.
Actually, that's nice. So let me hear from you, GQ.
Well, I think from my own perspective, it just goes to show how much of those little details actually matter.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you're going into things like that is talked about in the world, you need to be sure you understand all the criteria and everything they are demanding for, and make sure you follow it to the letter. Else, you're just going to
waste your time.
You know the drill.
Imagine 100 hours. Imagine 94 minus 7, though. That's already that 87. So she doesn't now reach that 45 minutes.
Someone else will easily break it.
Yep.
Like in the next 1 year, another person will break it.
Okay, now anyways, through the entire torture of waiting to hear from the Guinness World Records, our dear Nigerians decided to break the record that was yet to be confirmed. There were several chefs announcing their intention to cook for more hours. One even doubled the hours Hilda had cooked. I said, you will do 200. We had Nigerian chef Prince Temitope Adebayo, popularly known as Tope Maggie, from Ogbomoso, who is warming up for 140 hours, 140 hours, 20 minutes, and his attempt is set for the 1st of November 2023 in Ibadan. Y'all better watch out for that one, because like this same year, they want to break it. We also had digital artist Imonieroh, who announced her attempt to break the Guinness World Record for longest painting marathon in October 2023. Also, famous Nigerian comedian and actor Wole Arole mentioned on his Instagram that he plans to set a new Guinness World Record for longest prayer session, aiming at 5,000 hours, which is approximately 208 days. Another Nigerian, Ezinne Okoye, shared a picture of her frying buns in her kitchen. She disclosed that her church members had called her for a job and she delivered. Then she hinted that her intention is to fry non-stop for 130 hours. Her attempt would be a fryathon for the longest frying marathon by an individual. At this point, are they not going to just ban Nigerians from Guinness World Record like this? Maybe they just remove our name. Just let's be done with it. Because what is all this madness? Do you guys really think, like, do you think there'll be a tendency for Guinness World Record to no longer take Nigerians serious as we're trivializing the entire purpose of the record at this point? Do you feel like they would at some point be like, you know what, you people, it's okay, Ozona, just leave it for us. Let's start with you,
well,
Novo.
Believe it or not, first of all, Guinness World Records, as it stands, is getting more publicity than it has in a very long
True
time.
True that though.
Yes.
Yeah, and as far as people are ready to follow the rules,
Yeah.
then that shouldn't be a problem. Everybody and anybody can dive in.
Yeah.
Just make sure you go through the rules and play by that their rule book, basically, and get it done. So, we're up for all sorts of publicity. We love it anyway. We love to see all this going on and everything. It's a good content, wouldn't you say?
And I also feel like it's putting Nigeria on the map.
Even more, right?
Yes.
Yep.
I think so, because like everybody, even though I don't like the idea of everybody trying to do something silly in quotes, but it's not silly, because whether it's silly or not to us, it's putting us on the globe.
Yep.
People now know that, yes, there is country Nigeria. Not the one that you go to TikTok and they were asking you, do you have light in your country?
True that. True that.
Do you understand?
Yeah, okay.
So there are some things that you will see on TikTok, they still think Nigeria is like one ancient country like that does not probably exist.
But we have the best of the best when it comes to, the artists and everything. So how would you think that these artists do not have,
Are you not on TikTok?
basic... I am.
Are you not on TikTok?
I actually see some of the videos though.
Exactly. And something else came to my mind. When Guinness announced, they said longest cooking marathon by an individual that is awarded once a year. So if the chef Maggie is going to do in November, how do they plan to do it?
But
because
actually,
it's going to be awarded once a year.
Did Guinness actually announce that it was going to be once a year? Because if Guinness, I think they publish their books once in a year. But you can actually break, anybody can break, because they accepted his application. That's the chef. So which means it's possible that it can be broken this year, but people should allow the girl to drink water and drop off.
I also have an issue with Nigerians, sorry. If Hilda did not do this thing, if people don't have the initiative to do it.
You are correct.
Our copy is
a lot. A very much lot. Okay, now just when we thought we had seen it all, an Ekiti State University lecturer by the name Joshua Hassan announced his attempt being an hackathon event, which I believe should be an academic marathon, where the lecturer aims to beat the 144 hours record set by an Indian lecturer, Francis Joseph, who won the world record for the most extended lecture hours in 2016. Now, my guess, are we looking forward to this?
Who is going to sit in the class?
Is this something that would make scatter much buzz as the cookathon has done? And who is going to sit down there for all that hours? Who want to be there? Is this going? Do you think this is going to gather as much buzz?
Because I'll sleep off.
But would it gather as much buzz? The hackathon. Would anybody take the hackathon as seriously as the cookathon? There's free food for cookathon, but
in Nigeria, I don't think people take academics seriously. Sorry to say. So there might just be few people. Yes, that's the truth. I remember when we do mathematics. What's this mathematics competition? Cowbell. The gift they give them is smaller than what the BEM gives their winners.
So they won't take the academics. Okay, let me hear from you, Novo.
Major question: who's going to sit in that class?
Who and who?
Probably they're just going to do a video class.
Because he has to be teaching people.
Yeah. So I don't know who's going to sit in the class. That's one. And two, what exactly are you teaching?
That's
150 hours.
maybe what we teach for 4 years.
We could teach about living in Nigeria for 150 hours, even more.
Equation, maybe.
Which one is that? Please again.
Schrödinger.
Schrödinger. Schrödinger. What do they do in Schrödinger's equation there?
I didn't attend that college.
We didn't know the school that they are doing it. What are they doing?
Chemistry.
Oh, okay. You people know that you're a pharmacist, so you know all these things like Schrödinger's. Please tell me so I can use it in my words tomorrow. I put it in my vocabulary. I'm like, we're going to have like some Schrödinger's. Oh my God, this is it. I mean, it's really a pandemic with the record-breaking things that's been going on. First, it was the podcast pandemic, and now we have the record breakers to deal with. Yep. It's just a lot lately, and we need to take a breather at some point. We're going to go on a quick break right now, but when we're back, we're heading over to Ekiti State again to talk about Chef Dami's Cookathon just in a bit. So we'll be right back. Keep it locked. Welcome back to the show, my people. I know that I did not quite mention this in the beginning of the show, because I normally do when I say we're always matching looks on podcast. Today is quite blue here, because Novo is on blue, I'm on denim, and Loretta is also on blue. It's like we somehow always syncing with our fashion on podcast, and I kind of like it. Okay, now let's get right into the show. When I mentioned earlier that we're going to go back to Ekiti, where the one record-breaking thing that stood out was Nigerian chef Dami, who was a student of Ekiti State University, that already started her own 120 hours cookathon and has now finished. Now, whether she applied, we do not know, but she don't finish. She said, however, that, in an interview that she was just doing it for fun. Now, her attempt had a lot of people talking with some serious backlash and some show of support. Now, let's start off with Nigerian food critic Ogbomoso Famaki.
So, I would like to know your take on this Ekiti cookathon, is it prankathon, brouhaha? Do you think what she's doing is good, or do you think there's a time and place for everything? So please share your thoughts. I would like to really, really hear what you guys think.
So my guest, what are your thoughts on this entire, what she did? Do you think it is like there's a time and place for everything, or it's just, she can still, get it done? Let's do ladies first, because, ladies first.
Someone made a statement yesterday when I was driving home. She said, the sky is large enough for everybody to fly. But if she fly my side, I will shoot her down.
Hey, geez. Yeah.
Sorry, because it shows it's envious. It's malicious. They have not even announced the winner. And you already planned on doing a 120 cookathon. Like, give it a rest. I understand that everybody wants to shine. Yes, there is space for everybody to shine. But like I said, we don't have that originality. No sense of initiative. If Hilda didn't do this, I'm not saying that she cannot be the leader. Yeah. She cannot lead, but it's at the wrong time. And then what she was doing, when she now came out, she said something. When she came out, she said that, she wasn't breaking record, that she was just practicing. Sister, why are you lying? You're a Christian, for goodness sake. Like, why are you lying? I went to my Instagram and I was like, yeah, your church members will go to hellfire. Yay. Because they called Hilda Baci a baddie. They called her a prostitute. They called her all sorts of names just to present Chef Dami in a good light as the Christian. Come on, Baci is NSPPD babe. So we okay. If you know, you know.
Okay.
So the whole thing trying to paint her because of how she looks, and that's the breaking barrier we always do when it comes to women life. You don't judge people by how they dress. And someone said, she's not a baddie. She's not a bad girl like Hilda. You're still comparing yourself to her. And then you come out when you failed, because that was a failure, to say that you are not competing for the Guinness World Record. My blood is boiling. I waited for this moment long enough.
Your blood is really boiling. Novo, is your blood also boiling? Because, what's your opinion?
First of all, can we have a fire extinguisher? I need to cool her off.
We need to, because she has bought this chair. It's going to melt now.
Look, first of all, on a lighter note, I think she was just having fun, like she said. And I don't think she followed that criteria and all the whole process, applied and all that. Yeah. So I think she was basically just having fun. But believe it or not, if you haven't heard of her, now you have.
Now you have. You mean? Think about it.
I'm still boiling.
And that's just it.
That's now you. Okay. Now let's. Okay.
It looks like she's climbing her way to fame, cheating her way to fame or publicity.
Fire extinguisher.
ABLEBAE, it's very angry today. It's really
But why not do it the right way?
People calm down a little bit. It's very angry.
I wish I had the best. Someone on Twitter said they are going to take us to USA. The next person, I heard someone will want to pay for her. And why is she a chef? Why are they calling her a chef? Is she a chef?
Sorry, don't be angry. Pharmacist, please don't be angry. She's not a chef yet. Okay. Now, Mans of Letter on Twitter said, come outside. Why exactly are you angry with this girl?
Yeah, that's my guy.
Ekiti? Well, we also have Nigerian comedian Maraji, who doesn't think there's anything wrong. So let's take a look at her standpoint.
As to why people are... I'm making this video to kind of open the ground for us to have a conversation as to why people are so angry about what she's doing. And also to kind of give you reasons why I believe there is nothing she's doing wrong. Number one reason why I feel like this girl is doing absolutely nothing wrong is because life is a competition. You don't see musicians waiting for other musicians to allow their songs get #1 on the charts before they decide to release their songs. Before I started doing comedy, I could literally count on my fingers the amount of people doing comedy. Chris Clown was inspired by somebody else and started doing comedy. I was inspired by Wofai Fada, some other American content creator, and I also started doing comedy. Other people were inspired by me and started doing content creation. Like, nobody waits for anybody. I've seen so many comments of people bashing her, saying things like, oh, she did not get the proper management. She should have first collaborated with brands before she did this. She should have done it the way Hilda Baci did it. What if she cannot afford it? What if she's just a random girl from Ekiti who saw Hilda Baci do this and decided, since Hilda Baci did this, I can do it too? And it's very, very sad because the majority of people bashing her are women. For such a long time, women have not been inspired to do anything. But now is the time where women are actually aspiring to break records in Nigeria.
Okay. Now, one thing I did take away from this is life is a competition. Now, lots of people were blowing hot in Maraji's comment, talking about how it doesn't work that way.
She can't say that women are supporting women when her people were bashing Hilda. I'm a Twitter person.
Yes. No, we know you.
Exactly.
We know you.
So,
yes.
I'm telling you from live tweets.
Yeah.
Someone literally called Hilda a prostitute on Twitter. So you cannot tell me that there is women supporting women. In fact, I loved when Hilda came out to encourage her, which is really, really good. That's Hilda supporting her. Trust me, I'm going to support the guy that is going to come out and cook in November 1, the other Ekiti chef. But I don't think I want to support her. Yeah. And now, if you see everybody saying that it's a competition, but she came out to say later on that it's not a competition, just trying to. So who do we believe?
Well,
who do we believe?
Can we just
Novo, who do
can
we
we just take her for her word?
She
was having
fun.
It's just
fun. And let's just keep it
She's
there.
lying. People should tell the truth that liars go to hell.
Is she really lying?
Is she really lying?
Okay, let's
but all the same, it was fun. We called it prankathon.
Like I said, now you know her.
And I mean, a lot of people said a lot of mean comments. There were the comedians, and the people that came on and actually had a whole lot of mean comments, saying things that were not nice at all to her, and it was quite unfair. I saw some tweets that were, people that were saying that they wish she would fail, people that were saying, I mean, Lai Wasabi said, if your brand no fit to, because
this tweet was deleted. Lai is a favorite. This tweet was deleted.
But he said it either way. That
it was deleted.
My own feet talk. Hence, this attempt will take away the record from you.
God will make her fail.
I feel like that was also really, really harsh.
Yeah.
So, another girl was talking about, saying that if, a lot of people were saying sensible things and giving good reasons. I'm seeing people coming up with valid and thoughtful criticisms of that Ekiti cooking thing, and it's like, you people are good. Me, I'm hating because it's raz. The set up is ugly, food is ugly, cooking utensils ugly. It's okay to hate because something is raz. Let me first tell you, darling, it's not okay to hate because something is raz, yeah? Okay. And the second part is, let the poor breathe. Don't suffocate them.
Did you just call
you have
that
poor? I
you just refer to her poor.
She says it's raz. I say when it comes to raz things,
I'm not saying anything. I'm just taking words from her.
Yeah, right.
Okay, my guess, let's be honest, right? Are we not a little wicked when it comes to the kind of comments that we drop? I think we talk about how good-hearted and supportive Nigerians are to their people, but I kind of feel like it's a facade, because when it comes to throwing bottles, throwing knives, throwing stones, we're so good at it and we do it so effectively. It almost feels like we do not have any love at all. So I want to hear from you. Don't we feel like this is also like it's a facade? You that have been blowing hot, it will be start first. Get one. Start first.
You are judging me.
I'm not judging you.
For boiling hot.
I'm asking you. Don't we think maybe sometimes it's a little bit too hot? Fire is too hot.
You don't have any issues. I don't.
Now you don't have issues. Now you don't have issues.
I don't have issues with her.
Okay.
But I know that some people use really harsh words.
Yes.
You can disagree
without using
harsh
words.
words.
That's what I mean. Like,
That's
are we
the
not
truth.
sometimes a little too hard on people? Novo, let me hear
Look,
from you.
it's easy to sit behind the laptop, your phone, whatever it is you use to tweet and all that, and just do away with words, you know. But if you turn that around and it's coming to you, how would you feel?
You won't take it.
Yeah, so basically I think, you know, but just like everything in life, you see the bad part is going to get more publicity.
Yeah.
So the bad comments would come in. It's not like there weren't fantastic comments or good comments, but the bad one are just going to
Overweigh
stays.
it.
Exactly.
Okay, I mean, I really feel like we should take a breather sometimes, take it easy. I love the fact that she was having fun with it anyways. When she was dancing, she was giving us vibe on vibe.
She was giving us memes.
I still got drawing chaos. She was giving us all those, you know, I love that fact. I think, and it's also really been an exciting week on the internet this week. And I'm also looking forward to all the laughs and the good vibes coming from this new week. ABLEBAE, my people, I just want to let us know that we should be kinder with words. I cannot overemphasize this. Everyone is going through something. Don't be the person to make it worse. Until I see you next week, Yagazeri Guitar. Have a nice day.